Undertale is one of the most unique games that I have played, and it really resonated with me so much to the point that it became one of my best gaming experiences that I've had this year. And for a game that has both unique and impressive game design elements, it really saddened me that my experience with the game was completely compromised thanks to the people that could not, contain themselves. As soon as I got interested in the game, there were spoilers all over my Twitter feed. And it's really peculiar because video games are woven experiences. They have a gigantic spread of diversity, and because of that, the standard for spoiling them tends to weave in and out depending on the type of game. A grand, open-world, role-playing game like Fallout 4 is a lot more flexible in terms of spoilers since the game is built to have unique experiences. What I find in the Wasteland and how I find it may be completely different in comparison to how my friends play the game. Undertale, on the other hand, has a lot more of a linear design for players to engage in, and this way the game is built for very specific experiences. In terms of spoilers, usually if it's with most other games, I wouldn't be too bothered by it, but Undertale is enjoyed by the most purest and blindest of playthroughs. Even talking about how the mechanics work, I would consider a spoiler because of how well everything is interwoven. And it's a reason why I was very happy I didn't even look at the trailer for the game. But at the very same time, this makes it a very hard game to cover. So basically, it's a game that people want to review but have no means of being able to without spoiling it for people. There would be this promise of a really unique experience, but by promising it, there isn't this experience anymore. Like I said, it's a very hard game to cover. There is a certain expectation for my channel for in-depth analysis, and this game quickly became one of my most requested games to cover, and I have a lot to say about it, but I wouldn't be comfortable spoiling Undertale for anyone who hasn't played it yet. I wouldn't want to segregate people who enjoy my content. I wouldn't want to add to the problem of throwing out more spoilers to the internet without at least having this video out first. In fact, because of the way YouTube works, simply clicking on this video or any other Undertale video would tell YouTube you want to see more Undertale content. I had a very specific thing in the game spoiled for me because of a random YouTube thumbnail, just because I saw a friend's Undertale cover. It is a really hard thing to tackle. In fact, thinking about it now, I'm probably going to turn off comments for this video, just to reduce the chances of people spoiling it for others. In fact, I even think that maybe using the footage I'm using may be pushing it. So I may distort the footage or just have illustrations. I don't know yet. It's a tricky situation. There is a code of conduct with spoilers with other mediums, but with games, a huge part of the experience is discovery. Learning how and why something works makes it engaging. So not spoiling the final boss is one thing, but there is getting to that final boss that people will just happily throw up on Twitter, let alone any small nuances that the game shows in the first few moments of the game. It's very important to remember that first impressions are just as, if not more important than final impressions. If I'm playing a game and someone goes, "Make sure you use fire damage, otherwise you won't get the good ending," I start looking for specific things that are susceptible to fire. I would be burning bushes, I'd be burning bridges. It'd be just like me when I see a hot anime babe. Everything would just become a hot mess. It's like if someone tells you that there is a twist in a movie or a book. You start looking for that twist and it completely ruins your experience. And despite taking all of this into account, from a consumer standpoint, it's still really hard to decide if you're going to invest in a type of game. You're not sure if it's going to be your cup of tea or not. But a review or a let's play still won't tell you about the small nuances in a game like Undertale, and will simultaneously spoil the game for you. And this is kind of why I wanted to make this video. I think that games are meant to emulate or capture an experience for players on a fundamental level. Because if you were to tell people about the treasure at the bottom of a sandpit, it would no longer be about the sandcastles. So based from my time with the game, I will do my best to describe Undertale without spoiling a single thing. I hope. Because to me, Undertale is being nervous on your first day of school. It's like climbing a tall hill and seeing the view from the top and it all being worth it. It's pulling an all-nighter with your friends and seeing the sunrise together, not feeling the bags under your eyes as the sun peers over the horizon. It's staying for dinner at a friend's place and eating their poorly made food, but you don't mind because that time is precious. Undertale is like when you're a kid and you're holding your parents' hand across a street. It's like trying to get to sleep at night, staring at the ceiling and just letting your mind wander. It's drowning out the static of the city with the music from your headphones. Undertale is kinda like people watching at a cafe, and realizing that those people have their own lives to live. It is the stoic, deep breath before walking out on stage. It's your friends coming to visit you while you're still in your pajamas. It's filled with feelings like when you let a ladybug crawl across your finger. Undertale is kind of like when you touch your face and you kind of realize that you're like a skeleton wearing a layer of skin. But then it's also realizing that you're actually a brain wearing a skeleton that's wearing a layer of skin. It's kind of silly. But Undertale is also seeing someone you respect say something with absolute malice. It's wanting to abandon hope, but knowing that that won't benefit you. It's kind of like watching moths dance around a light, wondering what are they going to do in the morning. It's kind of like stepping into your friend's house for the first time. Undertale is acting with purpose. It's like tearing apart a spiderweb and then feeling bad for ruining 3 days of hard work for a daddy longlegs. It's like hugging a large, friendly dog, or like just dogs in general. Dogs are pretty cool. It's knowing that your friends will always support you and have a door open to you. Undertale is feeling like the world is against you. It's also like following someone down a hole to their office for a job interview. Undertale is like that vertigo when you go up an elevator. It's fruitlessly trying to make things right after unintentionally hurting someone. Undertale is spending those small moments with friends in just peaceful silence. Undertale is the times when you think back to all of your small regrets. And it's butting heads with someone and not backing down out of mutual respect. Undertale is when a strong-willed person you know confesses how frail they really feel. Undertale is shrugging off the bad vibes and staying determined. Undertale is that moment of a first date where you realize that they are something special. It's checking under your bed as a kid, just in case something's there. Undertale is the adrenaline of doing something completely flawlessly. Undertale is like being given a responsibility. Undertale is knowing that everything will be okay. Undertale is feeling like a monster and learning that that is a very human emotion. Undertale is an experience. A game like this comes once every 10 years, if that. It is a very emotional game in the smallest of ways, and knows how to capture the quiet time a game needs in a market full of fast-paced, adrenaline-filled games. That's not to say it doesn't have its fair share of action, comedy, romance. Undertale does a lot, and it makes me feel sentimental and reflexive. There is real beauty in this game, and I urge you to find it for yourself. I left a link to the game's Steam page, but there's also a playable demo that you can give a shot. So if you like Undertale, or if you have a friend that you want to play Undertale, then go and share this video with them if you think that, I didn't spoil anything too much. Because I really want more people to play this game with a very pure experience. Undertale is worth your time. Just trust me on this, okay? Stay splendid.